All right, guys. So, place is pretty filthy. It's raining, so the water leaks off of this wall, and it makes everything a mess. And this is some oil that I spilled from that pan right there. Gonna be doing the head gasket. I'm apologizing right now. I'm not gonna be doing a step by step, like tutorial because that'll be aids coming from me because I could really talk. So I'm just gonna give you my game plan, some little supplies that I have, and yeah. And in there, I have a nice back brace because even though this thing is up high and I'm not gonna be like slumped over like I am in that car working on the engine, my back is gonna give out sooner or later, and like completely. But cars over there, it's usually here, but this got the spot because I have like this nice light right here, and there's some pretty brutal spiders up there leaving webs everywhere. And yeah, so I got the light, I got the hood propped all the way up, I have my beater clothing on right here, and yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be draining the oil. I'm going to drain the rest of the coolant because the coolant's basically leaked out the head, directly out the head. I never seen it leak out the head. I've usually seen combustion in the cooling system, or I've seen cooling in the oil, but I've never seen oil and coolant leaking directly out the engine. That's like new for me. So hopefully it's not very, very damaged, or the block is warped and this thing sees you pick apart, whatever, for 350 bucks. If that's the case, just letting you know right there, if it needs an engine, I'm not dropping an engine here. I cannot do that myself. So yeah, and I'm not paying 2,000 bucks for a shop to drop an engine into a car that I got dirt cheap, and I'll never see resale value. Like, I'll never see that money again, even if I do sell it. But yeah, so just putting that out there. I'm gonna do the head gasket, and if I'm gonna take off the head, and if all checks out, I'm gonna do the head gasket. That's been my plan. Just take off the head, inspection. If it's cool, we'll go forward from there. So head gasket, the main thing that kind of intimidates me is the timing. The timing side, you gotta cylinder one, top dead center. You got to make sure that the cam gears are level, those little indentations. You got to make sure that the crank is at the little check mark on the block. Well, that pulley, the chain pulley, is lined up with the block, and it's here, lined up here, and it's TDC. That's like the only thing that's kind of intimidating with me. And the whole if it needs guides, if it's a stretched chain, if it needs a tensioner, that's all stuff that could just become a nightmare. So I'm hoping, praying that that's not what it needs when you go in this, because you could crack it open for one thing and it could be a plethora of other things that it needs. So that's the only thing that's intimidating. I got the crank bolt off. You seen in the last video, I was like amazed. I honestly thought I was gonna just kick the tire, be like, oh well guys, I'm gonna lag it for another month on this thing. But since I got that off, it's smooth sailing all the way down. So that's why I was like totally shocked, because that's the hardest part, especially with my injury. I cannot put leverage, I cannot do anything. Yeah, that's why I got the impact. That's why I bought that impact for that use. So the game plan is going to be take off the intake manifold, disconnect the exhaust manifold, just push it away, disconnect it from the head, and try and push it away, pry it away. I don't really think I have to take it completely off, but if I do, it's just 2 flange bolts down there. And then I'm going to take off everything from here. Like this right here has a lot of like hoses and vacuum lines and coolant lines and like little things in this area, and I gotta just take everything off of the head from there. And then I have to take off, get my floor jack underneath, the motor mount, serpentine belt, and that's just basically gonna be it right there. And then after that, I could take out spark plugs and time it, and then from there, it's gonna be the timing chain cover off, and the timing chain guides, and then from there, it's gonna be the head. It's gonna be the cams and then the head, the rocker assembly, and then the head. But for now, today is Saturday, the something. I'll put up right here on the screen. This is just a super recent video. I'm just going to do this and then work my way deeper. But for now, gotta take all this off. As far as supplies, sandwich bags just to put nuts and bolts in, keep things nicely organized. This is what I usually do when I do like water pumps, timing belts, and stuff like that. Just like sandwich bags, just to organize, instead of having a bucket of bolts like a lot of people do, and it's like you're scrambling through like which bolt is what. So yeah, basic rags, zip ties to zip tie the rocker assembly, and to zip tie bolts, nuts and bolts to brackets. So this is actually going to come in handy just to manage the little bolts and stuff. I'll show you that later on. To lock the cams in the back, to keep them at you know, top dead center, like the cam gears that have the little marks. You just put these in the back and it locks the cams in, so you could time it much easier. This is like $8 on Amazon. I got this, the long 10 ratcheting wrench. It's gonna come in handy because it's leverage, and this was like $13 off of Amazon. And then I just got a cheap $15 deep socket set. I didn't need anything special. One of these will cost at AutoZone probably $10, and I got the whole set for $15-16 off of Amazon. And obviously just gloves, because you don't want to, like, you know, nick your skin and everything. At least put a couple gloves on, and you're not gonna get cut too much. But yeah, but it's gonna happen. And then I have some other stuff right here, but it's just random stuff. Yeah guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off the battery, disconnect it. Well, actually I'm just gonna remove it because I'm gonna put that in the Integra, so because that one needs a battery already. And then I'm going to take off the intake and work my way to the manifold and all the stuff right here and in back of there. And yeah, just work my way at it. Hopefully it's not too much, but yeah, this is gonna suck actually. All right guys, so basically just doing a little bit of cleaning in the back right here. Good thing that this is a large vehicle, because I could store parts in the front and I could store parts right there and have a bunch of space in the back. So it's just pretty nice that this is a big vehicle, because working on Civics and Integras, if you're doing something like this, it's a little, you know, hatchback or whatever. You can't keep a lot of stuff in it. You need like an actual garage, which I don't have a garage. So this is pretty cool that it's a lot of space right here. But yeah, gonna just organize and get everything ready and get started on this. All right guys, so I got this far. I started at 11:30. It's already almost 2. It was kind of messed up because I had the window down and I was about to pull the battery and do all of this, and I had to like jump start it before I started, and moving cars around again just to have the jumper cables this way. Total nightmare. But this is how it is so far, and this took me, the manifold, it honestly took me about 30 minutes. I thought, or less, probably 25 minutes. I thought it was going to take pretty long, but you know, it's that 2 section. You just take the first section off. That's about 10 minutes, 5 minutes right there. And then taking these bolts off. This is the easiest intake manifold to take off of all time. The worst is probably the GSR. It takes at least an hour or two. You know, if you have that bracket. This one's no bracket, 2-piece, super easy. I am a little nervous because I see this hose and I'm like, man, that thing looks a little crusty. I'm gonna put it back and hope for the best. But I'm gonna take off all of this, the fuel line side, and these vacuum lines off of the head, and then work in the back. And then I'm gonna time the engine, just gonna put it on TDC, and then serpentine belt, and I am done for today. That's basically the first, the first 10% of it, basically, and then I still have 100% to go. Kind of sucks, but it'll get there. All right, guys, so it's already 2:36 right there. Saturday, April 26th. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. I got the majority of everything off. Well, that doesn't make sense, the majority or everything, but the majority. I just still need the exhaust manifold. And right now I'm just gonna pull the plugs, spin it clockwise, and match it up. And those little holes right there, that one right there, that's where I stick this in, and that's where I can lock the cams. And yeah, so it's gonna be pretty quick. Don't really want to rush into this, but I really don't want to be doing this for days and days, but kind of want to save my back. So the less I do and the more days, the actual better than wasting my back away in one day and then like I'm just in pain the rest. So yeah, now I'm just gonna set these timing marks up and the back exhaust manifold, and I'm gonna be finished for today. All right, guys, so I am freaking stuck. I don't know what the hell's going on. This engine has been wrenched on, and I'm pretty sure the head's been off before. Yeah, it's not looking good because, well, first I'm getting frustrated, so my attitude is pretty bad. But something else. I'm rotating the engine this way, going clockwise. On the timing chain, there's blue links. There's 2 on the top, 2 on this side, 2 on that side. And then there's 1 down there that has to go with those little indentations on the pulleys, right? When I got this cylinder to top dead center, and I got these indentations right here, the little lines together, these little marks, the dimples on the top and the top here, were not matching with the blue links. I then get this little locking pin right here, and it only goes into the intake, not the exhaust, with everything top dead center. So I'm like, well, I'm not even matching it up on the harmonic balancer because that has timing marks also. It has the 3 little timing marks in the front and the main one in the back of the balancer, right? I'm like, well, I can't even see down there because the frame rail and everything is blocking the first half of the balancer. So then I'm like, well, I got the jack out, got my little trusty floor jack. Got to take off the motor mount to lower the engine so we can take out those bolts on the, well, I got to drain the oil. Don't judge, but I need a container. I have to lower the engine just so I could check out those timing marks, because that's all I want to do today. Check out the timing marks. Tomorrow's a fresh day. Flush the oil, take off the timing chain cover. But I just want to lower the engine so I could look at those marks on the harmonic balancer. This bolt right here is stripped. And this one, my new long deep socket, doesn't fit. This stud is way too long, so I need a new, better, longer socket. And so it's just downhill from here. I mean, it's not downhill, it's just it's BS from here, because I'm dealing with something that's been wrenched on a lot, and there's stripped bolts, and my tools don't work that I bought for this job. So pretty frustrating right now. I'm just gonna wrap it up, and yeah, this is where I got so far, and I still haven't even took off the rear manifold, but that's just like what, 6-7 bolts, and probably some nuts and bolts back there. But this is super frustrating. And down here there's like a recessed bolt, and I'm trying to like not take this off. Maybe I can just take the bracket off the head, but I can't take that off because of this recessed bolt here. And I can't take this off because this is stripped and spinning, and I need a tool for this, so I am stuck. So that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna continue this. It's Saturday. I'm gonna continue this maybe Monday. Just take a little break. I'm not in a rush, and this head will be off, and pretty sure it'll be running by next week. But yeah, so if you want to see more, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.